Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Again, this is Kiana and welcome to Key TV. In this video, I'm going to be doing another pregnancy update. This is going to be weeks 25, 26, and 27. And I'm going to try to get through this efficiently and quickly as possible because I don't want it to be super long. Weeks 25, this was September 28th. And the symptoms I was having this week were being irritable, sad, drained, sore boobs and nipples, leaky boobs. I was sleeping poorly due to my hair. I'll explain. I was very hot and I was having headaches, fatigue, and I was having a really hard time drinking enough water. And I was stressed about work. As far as sleeping poorly due to my hairstyle, I think I already posted this video, and it's when I had the 2 ponytails in, and at that point, what I was saying? Oh, at that point, it was really hard to I can only lay on my sides. I couldn't lay on my back. I can't lay flat on my back, can't lay on my stomach, obviously. So having a ponytail on each side, it was like, I can't really lay on this side, I can't really lay on that side. Really hard to get a comfortable position already due to belly. So that just really wasn't helping. And as far as being stressed about work, one of my residents kept telling me they wanted to die and she had stopped eating and started isolating herself. Because she knew that it would increase her chances of dying sooner. And yeah, she's still alive to this day, but she was really just depressed at the time, and she kept saying it how she just wanted to die and she wished God would just take her. And it really made me it was really weighing on me because I really liked that resident, and it made me remember our seniors are going through this pandemic just as much as we are, and they're not being able to see their families and friends, and the isolation, especially for patients with dementia, is I don't think really that good for them because things already are distorted in their minds, and then not being able to see people, I feel like they just ruminate on the same thoughts over and over again, which only reaffirms the things that they believe are true, even if they aren't. And yeah, that was really weighing on me. It was really sad because she still talks about that to this day, about how she's so old and she hates the way she looks now, and she's gonna be so ugly because she's so wrinkled. And it's just sad to hear that she's just wanting to give up on life. But a lot of seniors say that once they get of age. So yeah, I was really stressed about work because of that, and just my job was just tiring anyway. Just working through the pandemic was tiring too. So I did want to say, keep the seniors living in long-term care facilities in your prayers because they really do need it. And it's easy to kind of forget about them. It's out of sight, out of mind. But now working with them, it's you remember and you realize how this is affecting them too. And even prior to the pandemic, some people living in long-term care facilities don't ever get visitors. They don't ever get people to come by just to say hi. They don't ever get people to, really think of them, send them a care package or a card or anything. And yeah, it's just sad. So keep the seniors in your prayers, and other people just living in long-term care facilities that aren't able to see their families and whose families aren't able to see them, and that weighs on them. Moving on though, I was stressed at home as well. I felt I wasn't being productive. I wasn't finishing the laundry and stuff, and it was really just hard. So I had laundry stacked up for 2 weeks, and I had washed it all and dried it. I just hadn't done anything with it, so it was just sitting in the basket, and that was starting to stress me out because I feel the weight of the responsibility to care for my house, but then it's hard to be on top of that because at the time I'm in school and pregnant, so I'm tired and fatigued. And regardless of the fact I'm tired, so it's just hard to stay on top of things, especially when you have so many things to balance. It's really stressful. and I was stressed at school because I had to test prep, and I had been holding on to that in my head. Like for a week, I'm like, okay, I need to prep for this test. I needed to prep for a skills test off, a math retest, and I just kept missing my missing my nap opportunities that I was having because, like I said, I was fatigued, and I wasn't taking the naps in the time frames that I had available because I was so concerned with finishing the baby's registry. So overall, I was just like juggling a lot of things, and it was just kind of getting overwhelming to me. And I said, I'm tired. And that was wrapping up week 25. Moving on, week 26, which was October 5th. I had sore boobs, acne, a backache, discharge, nausea. I felt like I pulled a muscle in my groin on the right side. I had lower back pain from work, having to like help lift people and maneuver people with or without help. So that was another thing. At my job, I work in hospice, and I had a resident that lived in her home too, and maneuvering around in such a small space is hard, especially when the person weighs dang near just as much as you do. And they would send me some people to help because obviously at this point I'm 26 weeks pregnant. And 10 weeks prior, my manager told me, I'm not going to put you in this environment anymore because you're pregnant. So like I said, 10 weeks prior was 16 weeks pregnant. Now I'm 26 weeks ahead. Now I'm 26 weeks in total, and you still sending me to the same location knowing I physically can't handle the responsibility of managing this person's care plan. So that was stressing me out. And they would send people to help me, but the people would be like ill-equipped. So they would send me somebody to help, but the person got a knee problem, about to go out on knee surgery in 2 weeks. They can't lift just as bad as I can't lift, Then they sent me somebody to help who about to go out for back surgery. Why would you send a person that's about to go out for back surgery knowing they ain't as strong as I am either? And then they send another person, but their attitude was just janky. It's like, you might as well have just not come. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was really frustrating to deal with. I ended up, I didn't injure myself. Like, it wasn't like a workplace injury or anything that severe. But it was just like slight back pain. Probably due to poor, what do they call that? Like the way I was doing it, probably not using my leg muscles enough, and just lifting with my back, which is terrible. I can't think of the word for that, but anyway, I also was having some hip pain, mild acne, mild round ligament pain. I was getting tired very early, like earlier in the evening. I was feeling cute after I came home and brushed my hair finally. That sounds pathetic, but I'm so serious. Like, I'm not good with doing my hair, and I kind of briefly discussed that in my log video. I'm not good with doing my hair though, and sometimes I just leave it in sometimes I would just leave it in a bun and then throw a headband on it when I didn't have time to, or didn't make time to rebrush it and sleek it and stuff and get all cute. So I finally came home and brushed my dang on hair, and I don't know, that just kind of made me feel better from everything that I was juggling the week prior. I had sore boobs, and then my boobs were leaking. I was gassy, nauseous in the evening time, and I was having leg aches, increased urinating, headaches. My husband made eggs for us that day, and he said that he put too much salt in them, so it was probably because of that. And fatigue and nausea. Moving on to week 27, I was cramping, having sore boobs and legs, and my face was getting fuller and my neck, which, as you can see, look at this. Yeah, back pain, vaginal pressure, when like sitting, like using the bathroom, or when I sit with my legs butterfly, or when I lean forward. I had another costochondritis episode. I had an ache in my stomach when singing, discomfort when baby would kick, or when she was pushing like more towards the front. So like what I mean by front is like when she's pushing up against my skin, it was like just uncomfortable. It felt like a cramp that could get stretched out is how I described it, but it couldn't get stretched out. Like I would try to stretch and move, and that wouldn't help it at all. I was having, did I already say leaky boobs? I'm pretty sure I did. Leaky boobs, and it was leaking more than before. Increased irritability with my husband and my dog because they're both so loud and obnoxious. And this, I think it's just been gradually getting worse from this point on. So at this point, yeah, I'm in week 27. They still loud, they still obnoxious, and they be getting on my nerves sometimes. Heartburn, I was having sharp pain on the right, like around my right thigh, and the cramp would go up my leg to my back. I was having heartburn and acid reflux, and I was craving hot fries. At one point, I had heartburn off of some mashed potatoes and chicken teriyaki, and I was getting heartburn and acid reflux from food tasting too salty. One day we had kielbasa, and it tasted like pure salt, like I had just bit a rock of salt or something. And I asked my husband to taste it, and he said it didn't taste salty to him at all. And I'm like, you're lying, dude. It just tastes like straight up salt, nothing else. And so he said I was tripping. But I felt like he had also been heavy-handed on the salt lately, which he had put too much salt on them eggs, so I probably was right. Anyway, I was having discomfort in my abdomen. And this week our water main in the area, like there was a water main break in our neighborhood, and so we were on like a boiler notice. So that means you have to like boil the water before you can drink it, or whatever. And I think we found out about that a little late, so I had like drank some of the water or whatever. I don't know if that's why my stomach was hurting or if it was just because of pregnancy. But I had my baby shower that week, and I had one Kit Kat. I don't think I had really eaten anything, or maybe I did eat, but I don't know. I had a Kit Kat, and out of nowhere after that Kit Kat, my stomach was tore up for like the rest of the day. And it was just like uncomfortable, like unsettled, indigestion or something. I don't know what it was, but it was really uncomfortable, and I felt terrible like that whole rest of the day. I think even going into the next day. And yeah, I just said I was mildly more irritable lately within that week. So that wraps up weeks 25, 26, and 27. Come back next time for another video. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss when I post my pregnancy updates. I'm getting the ball rolling on getting these out on time, like I've been saying. And I hope you guys are enjoying following this process, and I look forward to looking back on these and laughing about all the crap that I've experienced thus far. My journey is nearing the end, guys. So I know in the last video I said I might tell you how far along I actually am. I'm going to tell you in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned. Peace out.